Hi Simply Friends, it's Swann and I'm coming back to you with another video. Today I am going to be doing a story time, and if you guys have not already seen, I posted a poll on my Facebook basically asking you guys which story time you would like to hear first, and you guys guessed it. You guys voted for, drum roll please, you guys voted for my story time on my narcissistic boss. But before I get into the video, I would just like to say thank you so much for all of the support and love that I have been getting on my videos. You guys have no idea how much it's been helping me. Just basically me wanting to continue to do more videos and show out for you guys. But other than that, let's get started. I would like to just start off by saying I no longer work at this office, and this incident was around 2 to 3 years ago, but I will try to remember as much as I can about what happened. So just starting from the beginning, I got an interview at this dentist office. Well, it's kind of like a dentist office. It's like a surgeon's office. Like, he takes out people's teeth. And I had the interview with his wife. It was really nice in the beginning. Like, they were really nice. They called me back for, I believe I had a second interview with her husband. And I really enjoyed them in the beginning, so that's how they really get you. But they ended up hiring me, and I was a front desk assistant for them. So I would just like to go out by saying I'm gonna name him Dr. Mac. Dr. Mac always hired a lot of young girls. So when you're hiring younger women, we don't really like look into certain situations deeper than, you know, what it seems. So we don't really make like huge issues out of things that we really should be making huge issues out of. So majority of the things that he did, we wouldn't really go back and be like, should he really be doing that? We just thought that it was just whatever. So like, we just went with it. So I was really like nice to everybody. All of my coworkers was pretty cool for the most part, but I just more so felt like the doctor was kind of like the most childish person there. Like, he would yell at us for things. He would curse at us when he was mad. Like, he'd make us stay really late after our shift is over, cleaning and just doing like a bunch of stuff in the office. And I would think that it's okay, you know, because I mean, this is a family-owned business. It's not really like a corporate thing. So he's gonna pretty much do whatever he wants. So I remember this time he ended up firing one of our coworkers, and him and her, they literally bumped heads a lot, but she was really, really good at her job. So it was me, like at that time I was in the back part of the office, and my coworker was in the front where she would check in patients and bring them back. And then the girl that he got, like, you know, like always mad with, she would basically check out. Long story short, they ended up exchanging words, and he would make her cry. He would curse at her, gossip about her around the office, and just make himself basically like this big bully. And I saw how it was, and I would just think like, he's not supposed to be doing this. This is wrong. Why are we like letting this slide? So I would go and talk to his wife about it, and she would just say, that's just how he is, and he's not really a bad guy. Dr. Mac, he's just a little emotional today. And that would make me uncomfortable, because the type of person that I am, I'm not going to be okay with something no matter how hard I try. Like, I cannot be fake, you know. Like, if I really feel like that's wrong, then I'm not gonna be like smiling in his face, kikiing with him when I know that what he's doing to that person is not right. So he ended up firing her, and my coworker that usually is in the front of the office went to check out, and I went to check in. So everything was okay until he started comparing me to my coworker. And mind you, like I said, I'm kind of new, and I've only been working there for maybe like, what is it, like 4 months at this time. So like I would make mistakes every once in a while. I would mess up something, and he would make me feel like basically like I can't make mistakes there. And he would often tell me, this isn't Taco Bell where you could mess up a taco and just remake it. And I completely understand. I'm going from a fast food restaurant to a full-blown surgeon's office. So I do understand that I'm going to have to be more serious as far as like with my work and like making sure that I cannot make mistakes. But I am human. Yes, I am human. And I made a few mistakes, and he would treat me as if like because I made that mistake, I cannot make any other mistakes, and I just have to be full-blown perfect for him. And that made me mess up even more because I was so scared of getting called to his office and him saying, "Oh, Swann, what did you do? You made this patient upset. You aren't supposed to do that." And just basically getting scolded and penalized for things. And it would scare me, and it raised anxiety I didn't think that I had. So it was like a really, really tough thing. He would tell me that I should be like my other coworker and how I should not make mistakes like she does and all this stuff. And he would just make me feel like I had to go above and beyond to be what he wanted me to be. And the only person that I know how to be is myself. So I eventually got fed up with it, constantly being cussed at, constantly being watched all the time. And I came in, and I want to say this was probably the day that I quit. He did not fire me. He almost fired me, but I quit. Day, everything was good and all that. He came in a bad mood. Like usually when he's really like not feeling like coming in, he would make us like reschedule our patients to later times in the day, just so he can come in later. So say if he has a surgery at 8:30, he will call us at probably like 7:30 and be like, "I'm not going to be able to come in. You're gonna have to push them down a little like further." So mind you, the patients that are scheduled early in the morning, they have to have like maybe like an hour and a half blocked off for their surgeries because they're going under. So he would make us move those patients down more so his day could be busy and jammed and packed up, and we would be able to stay later because all of the surgeries aren't going to be on time. So we would have to double book patients, and patients are sitting in the lobby getting upset, getting angry. Why aren't we going back there? And then there's patients sitting in the back that aren't even like being able to like, you know, have their surgeries because they're sitting and because he's not on time with what he was supposed to do. So that's us getting cussed out, but he didn't care. So that day he came in with an attitude, and he basically just came in cursing at us, came in stomping around and demanding stuff and slamming files on the desk. And it was really embarrassing, and it just made us feel like a wave of like anxiety, like, oh my god, like I don't want him to snap on me, you know, like why do we have to feel like that our employer is going to snap on us at any given time because he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So I ended up, there was a patient that called, so I had to verify insurance before your patient comes in, because I want to make sure that the visit is going to be paid for before they get here. So this patient had the wrong member ID was given to me, and I called Blue Cross Blue Shield probably like a number of times with the wrong ID, and then I would have to get the right one. Dr. Mack had, I almost said his name. Dr. Mack had a certain number of doctors that he gets like really good referrals from. I want to say 3. And this one doctor out of those 3 referred this specific patient to us. And she, I did pretty much everything that she wanted me to do. And like, I verified her insurance. Her insurance was great, but she gave me the wrong ID, in the wrong member ID in the beginning. So I had to keep going back to make sure I have the right ID. So she ended up canceling her appointment. I don't know why, because again, I did everything that she wanted me to do. So Dr. Mack called me to his office before my break, and he says, what happened to that patient that canceled? And I told him what happened, exactly how it happened. And I even told him I left a note in her file on the computer just in case he wants to backtrack and basically check up on actually what I did, just to make sure I'm telling the truth. And he said, I don't believe you, because why would she cancel if everything was good and all that stuff? And I told him I don't know. Sometimes with the older patients, they really just don't want anything, and they just get like so frustrated with some situations, and they just say, I don't feel like doing this, and they just don't come in. So I told him, I don't know. Like I said, I did everything that I was supposed to do. It's out of my hands now. And I ended up going on break. So I'm going to play an audio recording of me basically saying how I felt and how he was basically like treating me about the whole entire situation that day that I quit.
Had to cancel because for whatever reason, from what Swann said, that...
Why don't you remember that when I asked you that?
I don't know what patient you are talking about. The only
Listen to what I'm just saying. It was a patient of Dr. Justice that apparently did not have a very positive interaction with you over the phone, and as a result, either didn't...
I verified it, and while I was on hold to speak to a representative to find out if she was eligible for an office visit and an x-ray, she called me. I had 2 other patients on hold. Phones were ringing off like crazy. I believe Kira was probably in the back collecting. So I answered. I was like, hi, this is Swann from Dearborn Neurosurgery. How may I help you? She's like, this is Susan Beebe again. Just cancel my appointment. So I'm asking her, I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm on the line with your dental insurance now. I'm on hold. Are you sure you really want to cancel your appointment? Like, why? What's the reason? She's like, I don't have a reason. Just cancel it. Just cancel it. So I told her, okay, I'll cancel your appointment.
So what happened with the gentleman last Friday that was also angry with you?
I know what you're talking about. I personally, again, did not do anything to him either. He came in with an attitude, and
okay. He didn't have an attitude with me, but I guess here's the thing, Swann. You're nice. You're not a rude person, and you don't get huffy with people. I see that. Okay? So I acknowledge that. But somehow I think maybe you don't come across as confident, or you come across as like sometimes you don't seem like self-assured. And sometimes that frustrates people, all right? Because she wasn't happy that I told her, but she understood. The reason I seem to be giving you a harder time is that she don't make the mistakes you make. End of story. I don't play favorites, okay? I'm an equal opportunity shithead, okay? If you fuck up, I'm gonna tell you. Because this ain't, no offense, Taco Bell, where if you fuck up the taco, they get a bad taco. If you fuck up a prescription, they could die. 101-year-old especially. Okay? We had some divine intervention there. So, I'm sorry if you think I'm hard, but...
It was an interrogation. That was not an actual conversation. They interrogated me. And felt like, why did this patient cancel and all this stuff? When in real life, he does not care about his patients. He literally said that it smells like poor people in here. You need to spray, to one of his dental assistants. He does not care about the patients. He does not care about helping people. He does not care about any of that stuff. He just wants their money. Okay, he just wants the money, that extraction. That's all he cares about. But long story short, I came back from lunch. They pulled me into my office. They basically interrogated me, trying to get answers out of me as to why I did that and how do you think it's not your fault and all that stuff. And when in real life it's not my fault, I did everything I possibly could to make sure that that woman was okay with coming in and her insurance was going to be able to pay for her extractions. So I got so frustrated and so like just discombobulated that I started crying and getting upset because these people are not like listening to me. They are not paying attention to me. They are like basically like making me feel like what I'm saying is not the truth. So I just don't understand, how can you have employees and not trust them? You know, like you're trusting people that, like, I have been working there for almost a year. I was working there for almost a year, and you guys have zero trust in me. Like, how? So I ended up, I want to say I got my stuff and I was in the back of the office, and I walked past his office and he said, and he was behind me, and he was like, oh, just basically like cursing at me and telling me to get out and all that stuff. And I told him how I felt. I said, all you do is compare me to others. You don't really listen to me. You don't really care for me as an employee. All you care about is what I can do for you and what I can give to you. And I just like told him like how I felt and just literally laid it all out on the table. As you guys can see, I have a little guest with me today. This is my daughter, Alia. I talk about her a lot in all of my videos, and I'm pretty sure I did some videos with her. But she is with us for the remainder of this video because she just woke up from her nap. And I did her hair really, really quick because Boo was looking wild. Okay, let's finish here. I want to say that, yeah, so I ended up quitting and walking out on that job. And honestly, I just wanted to say it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. I was making a decent amount of money there, but part of me feels like the money's not worth it because I'm getting cursed out and treated some type of way by my boss. So I'm basically coming to work with a bunch of anxiety and just really upset all the time. But other than that, that is my story time for today. And I want to say thank you for everyone who has voted on what story time they wanted to listen to. And I'm going to be doing more of these. But if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.